Good morning, everyone, to our 77th weekly call. I am your host this week, Auntie Edna, designer to the gods. And I'm going to bring on stage Jesse Adams and Christopher O'Connor. Hello, darlings.
Hello.
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 Oh my God, dear, you look so dead.
This is what startup life does to you.
What is going on here?
What's going on with you, darling?
I just decided to wear cool glasses for once, and now everybody's acting all weird. Hold on, let me take these off. See if it doesn't get any better.
It is Halloween, darling.
These took me a half hour to
never forget Halloween.
Half hour to put these in, guys. It took me a half
hour.
My eyes are bleeding.
I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say. I have a cool Halloween demo later, but for now, I'm just wearing cool glasses. But look, I flew all the way to Seattle. I stole Jesse's glasses while he wasn't looking and flew all the way back here. That's what I did with my week. What did you guys do with your weeks?
Well, how much is this? Just
wait a minute. Is that a stamp?
No. What did we do with our week? It went by fast. Well, last weekend was Halloween. Everyone was celebrating Halloween last weekend. I was like, why last weekend? Why not on the 31st, which is tomorrow, on Friday? And it dawned on me, I'm not 21 anymore. When I was 21, none of us had kids to worry about. So all of my friends, have children that go trick-or-treating on Halloween. So, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, tonight, I guess tomorrow is trick-or-treating, right? Yeah.
Yes, tomorrow's Halloween.
Yeah. We take Halloween seriously.
Edna loves you too, darling. Happy to see you here, dear. Thank you for pulling through for Auntie Edna.
Perfect.
I'm going to be doing that a lot, guys.
I love it. Keep it up. That's great. Yeah.
What were you up to, Chris? What did you do? Oh, I know what you were up to. I know what everybody in the team was up to. And the reason why Christopher is wearing shades today, because his eyes kind of look like Jesse's, but they're blood red from staring at his screen.
I come by that look honestly, whereas yeah. Hi, how's everybody doing?
Hey.
Did you see that?
That's cool.
Did you guys see that there is Ridvan proposed it again? 100 UPT for every minute late.
Do we have to do what?
So
100 UPT for every minute late. Some random viewer.
Sure. Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Okay, hang on a second. I see some confusion about who I am. No, I'm not more. I would be like more Trisha Adams, like the dorky version. Like she had long, beautiful hair and like no glasses. I was also thinking about Drew being Velma, which is pretty similar to this, except it's an orange shirt. But Auntie Edna has such better things to say and better ways to say
it. No cape, darling. No cape.
I'm a designer, darling. I design to the gods.
Love it.
Yes, great. I am Edna from The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys, we've had a busy week. Christopher must be still working on something because he is awfully quiet.
Yeah, I'm either gonna have this ready to go or go down in a blaze of glory. So
yeah.
You guys carry the Halloween chit chat. I'm not into the Halloween chit chat anyway. Anyway, Edna, you know what? I like capes. I've been thinking that what the world needs is a serious cape comeback, and
capes.
That's my position. That's my position, and I'm sticking to it.
No capes. Okay, well, let's get into this, guys. What do we have this week? Well, it is our 77th weekly call. Tag is UpTober finale. Yes. And our country of the week right there in that corner. Beautiful flag of Portugal.
Woohoo. Cool.
Un dia. Okay. And our agenda, we're going to talk about it's the end of the month. Tomorrow is a great day for the kiddos and anybody who likes to dress up, kiddos and cosplayers. We had Seattle AI Week is going on right now in our hometown. And we went to an event yesterday. We'll talk more about that that's
pretty great.
In a few slides. We've got Breakpoint coming up and what we're preparing for our country of the week. We'll do a recap on our Uptime Challenge, which is going on now. Do some revenue sharing tidbits and product updates. And also the big one, Christopher. What do you got going on this stream?
Is this the one where I have to take my pants off?
Yeah,
No, it's not that kind of Halloween. No, I got a little something to show off to everybody, and it does not involve my pants. It involves the UpRock crawler, and it's amazing.
Ooh, a little creepy crawler for the creepy crawler holiday, but not creepy. It's cool crawler. Let's do it.
It is a cool crawler, a cool creepy crawler. No, a cool crawler for Halloween.
Yes, a cool creepy crawler in all the right ways.
Ooh, I like Rika's idea. We should definitely involve capes in the UpRock swag inventory. Hoodies and capes. It's a good combination.
I think now you're just trying to get me mad.
I am. I really, really am.
Do you know what happens to people in capes, dear?
No capes.
Engines.
No capes. Okay, let's get into UpTober finale. It is the end of the month, the end of the UpTober month. Long month for everybody.
Yeah.
But good.
See, crypto Twitter is a little sad today, but we have some great news. And as far as deep in projects go with actual revenue coming, UpRock is where it's at. So
why is crypto Twitter sad?
I don't know. It's just because it's a pretty rough red day. Like Bitcoin went down, everything's down. And I think people are just kind of have some fatigue with the price action lately. But just gotta stick to the fundamentals and what projects are actually going to make revenue, which is where it's at. So yeah.
And you know what? As UpTober comes to a close,
I can't see anything, Ridvan.
Oh, Ridvan asked Jesse. Oh, Jesse, I guess you already answered. Are you able to see right now?
No, can't see anything.
Oh, really? Ho 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 ho.
What do you?
You don't. Now that Jesse can't see anything, I can update the site to Comic Sans, and he'll never know.
I will know.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Can you see through those glasses?
I can see.
I don't think any of us can see through those glasses right now. Everybody who wants the website to be in Comic Sans for Halloween, put a note down in the comments. Let us know what font I should troll Jesse with tomorrow.
First of all, you be trolling me. I will find you, all of you. No Sans, no Comic Sans.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't even know what's coming later in the stream because I kept it a secret from you.
Oh my god!
Oh, there's fontness. There's fonts coming.
Wait, you have
for Halloween. There's a very special, very spooky font that's built into something. It's built in at the code level. You guys can't even take it out.
Wow.
Yeah, I could find a way. Also, it's just like the unholy alliance of like Papyrus and Comic Sans.
I actually feel like that's probably the thing you would be most scared of on Halloween.
Bad kerning and terrible spacing or something. Yeah, these are windscreen. Yes, this is as Tech Kelly says, these are windscreens. They are not glasses. You can see everything. You can see all of my lights here. It's super protected from everything.
It looks like a hip hop video, honestly. Like a.
If I had a chain, like Run DMC. And I just get a good chain and wear my Adidas.
Exactly.
There you go. I could do that next year. I think I wore these last year too. Anyway, who's got a siren going on?
Oh, that's me. Excuse me.
So yeah. Oh, thank you, Christopher. So it is the end of UpTober. Crypto Twitter is pretty sad today. It sees lots of red. But guys, you know what is coming next? I don't know if this is a term, but I'm going to coin it now. Move Ember. So we're going to move up. Let's keep that optimism. Huh? Everybody's on it.
I agree. Yes. Honestly, the crawler is awesome. I think Chris was hoping to do 2. We'll see. One is kind of, if it makes it, 2 demos today. But it is looking great. The customers are trying it, love it. We'll talk about Seattle AI Week. But everyone we talked to about our crawler API, they're all wanting to try it, get in their hands, and so those are all folks who are already paying for a scraping or proxies. Everyone in the AI business is paying for a proxy or a scraper in some way. That's what I learned like the past week. Everyone's already paying for this stuff, and we were doing it way more efficient. And they all have problems too. Actually, a lot of the crawlers that they're using today, a lot of them just break or don't work all the time. Yeah. And so one of the big things we talk about on the stream is like, how do we get to 99.9% success rate? That's our goal. And we're getting closer and closer to that. So we're going to win a lot of people over, a lot of customers over. So yeah, moving up November is exactly the right tone, Jen.
Movember.
Yeah, let's go.
It kind of sounds like moo, like a cow. So we'll workshop this, guys. But
yeah.
Movember. I think Movember and Uptember. There we go.
Yeah.
I love it. The positivity. All right. Can't nothing hold us down. All right, guys. So let's talk about what we did yesterday. So this week in Seattle, it is Seattle AI Week, and all week long, there's a bunch of events around AI in particular, or specifically. But yesterday, hosted by our good friend John Blanco with TF Labs and NIFMint and UpRock, was the AI and Web3 happy hour. Yes. I don't know if anyone here in the chat was is in Seattle and was able to make it, but if you were, we were there along with Tim. His handle's late for work, and you will know him at UpRock and as well as D Pioneers. But three of us made we're there, and it was a great session, or it was a great happy hour. Jess, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's awesome. So it's just a few, it's like right downtown. It's a really awesome startup vibe. We had about 140 people sign up for the event. So it was AI in commerce and AI in Web3. So we had two different audiences combined and merged there. So it was really good. There's a lot of tech companies in Seattle, a lot of AI companies, not so much Web3, but the space called TF Labs, they do a lot of Web3 events. So a lot of times when I'm doing a local event in Seattle, it's always at that location because Jonathan throws the best, consistent best Web3 events. And so, yeah, it was really good to merge the two because, as we said before, AI and Web3, the principles on both really need to be married together because AI tends to want to take everything, all the data, everything, whereas Web3 principles are about individual data rights and everyone gets rewarded for their data, individual sovereignty, encryption, etc. While AI is pretty much kind of opposite of that. So those two movements really need to get married to build a better internet together. And I think it's a perfect counterweight to each other. So it was cool to just talk to people about what they're building. There's a lot of AI startups there. Like I said, there's a few really cool use cases. One guy has a startup where he has a boutique job firm. And so he's using AI to scrape like public career sites. Like TikTok has a bunch of public job sites and a career page. And then what he does is create custom resumes based on each company. And then he sends them out on your behalf so you can get more, you can have a higher chance of getting an interview. And so that's a case where he's already spending money scraping all these public sites. Another use case was actually scraping sites for like CTO positions. And he wants to just know who's out there looking for that, and then possibly kind of DM them with a better role. So like headhunting. Another guy was building a stealth startup in insurance, and he's spending already for a very small little startup. He's already spending a couple $1,000 a month in just getting insurance quotes around the world. He scrapes kind of like insurance quotes that are local, and he has trouble with that because if you using a server, you're getting the same pricing because it's all coming through like a Miami data center. And so he'd love to be able to use proxies to say what's a quote that someone sees, whether you're Tokyo or Texas or Seattle or New York. And so he needs to learn how to use a proxy, which is complicated for him. So for him to have a better option that doesn't require him hiring a developer or engineer to actually get insurance quotes that are local would be great. Then he aggregates all that and he's trying to make a product around that with AI. A couple of investors were there, which was cool to meet too as well. They tend to use a lot of investors. They have analysts that use scrapers and proxies to just basically build scripts that comb the internet for anyone who's being acquired, funded, sold, just any press releases, anything new that's happening in the AI or Web3 space. And they're constantly feeding that, and then they're getting a report, and the analyst's job is to share that with with the firm. And so again, same thing. They're using scrapers and proxies to do stuff like that. It's very manual a lot of times, and it's a lot of work to do. So we can simplify and abstract away all those different use cases with what we're building with Insight Stacks. So yeah, And so besides that, it's just great to be there at the AI Web3 happy hour. We had free food and drinks, and a lot of startups love that too, right? So
Yeah, who doesn't?
yeah.
But it was a really great networking crowd. I was very much looking forward to the food and drinks, the free food and drinks, because we're entrepreneurs when it comes to dinner. It's like I need to get the free food when I can.
I mean, there is nothing like a free happy hour.
There is not.
You can tell who were the startups versus who was like a VC, because the startup people were just like pile their plate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just like a mountain of food. But I was fully intending on doing that, but it was such a good networking event. I was just talking to a bunch of people. I had time for a single chicken nugget.
Nice.
And I felt like, no, the food's gone. I didn't get a chance. But that's how great the networking was. So if anyone here is in Seattle and you want to be more involved in the space, really go check out NIFT Mint and TF Labs. Jonathan is a wonderful figure in the Seattle, particularly Web3 space. And he's always hosting events, and he's just right downtown Seattle.
It's right next to the space. He has a perfect view of the Space Needle. So it's just a cool spot too.
Incredible. Yeah.
There you go. Go ahead and follow this guy.
There you go.
He has events all the time.
Boop. Let's highlight that.
Oops, wrong one. There you go.
There you go. TF Labs _. That's a great. And if you want to learn more about Jonathan and TF Labs, go back to one of our streams in December. I can't remember when in December it was, but you'll see it on the on YouTube. You'll see the image that we have Jonathan at TF Labs or NIFT Mint as our guest. Really fun guy doing RWAs, and so it's like, what does he call it? Like a digital twin. So you get NFT that's a digital twin of an item that you buy. And it's really cool for companies who, like, let's say, instead of just doing swag at, at an event, right, and hoping that somebody's going to, like, wear your messenger bag or your T-shirt, they have a tag inside the actual garment. So then you can, so this actually is beyond swag, and it's a more robust, like, kind of a marketing strategy. So with influencers, then they can say, oh, I have this tag in the garment, you wear this out and about, and then they can actually track that you're doing that and reward you for wearing it out and about. So if you don't even have to be an influencer. It just depends. That's the power of RWAs. It's really cool. So go check them out. That was really fun. And if you are in Seattle, Seattle AI Week is still going on. So we have a few more days of it. 2 more days, actually, today and tomorrow. So there's some more events to go check out. There's another one, I think, being hosted by, I think it's still at TF Labs tonight, isn't it?
There's one today and tomorrow. The one yesterday was hosted by MongoDB, and Google and Microsoft. They're hosting a bunch of them all week because they're here.
It was really cool too. Is that being it's AI focused, and we are on the intersection of AI and Web3 with UpRock and our DPIN and our crawler. Going to these events and talking to people about what we're building or what we have built, and in particular crawler, everybody just really gets it. And not only gets it, they're very excited about it. I mean, uptime monitoring is really cool too, but everybody really seems to be super stoked about this crawler.
Yeah, we talked about both, but with the AI folks, the hit combo was the crawler. Yeah, because it's a pain point they all have. They're all needing data because the LLMs are already trained with existing knowledge of humans, but to be real time relevant, you have to always it's a lot of times a manual process, and it's like I said, most of these, not most, I think like 99% of all the crawler products out there are designed for an engineer, where all AI agent tools now are designed for everybody. And so there's a huge gap between crawling products and where all the other SaaS tools are going. All the SaaS tools are getting easier and easier to use with AI, whereas crawling is still a pain in the ass. It's still really designed for devs. And also the payload, what you actually get, what you pay for, is a bunch of, like, could either be a bunch of markdown files, JSON files, might be a bunch of raw HTML files. That is useless to someone who's just a marketer who wants to just finally get some insights. Like, what do I do with the 100 files? Do I dump them into a box.com, or do I hand them over to a developer, or what do I do with all this stuff? You know, how do I even upload them into a ChatGPT, because there's a file limit, right? So how do I actually make 1,000 crawl job actually useful daily? Because I'm just getting all these files every day, and then what do I do with them? And so just the whole process is a pain, and we think about that a lot. So Insight Stacks will abstract away all those problems and just make it useful for anybody. Any professional can now actually have the power of a Google crawler in their pocket. Yeah, so.
I love that. A little crawler in your pocket. I know Drew's got something for that.
Yeah, search was designed for, search is for humans. Search engines are for humans. Insight Stack is for agents. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, let's see what we've got next. We were just we're in Seattle now. Great conference, great event yesterday, and then in December, one of the best events of all time, biggest event. I gotta stop doing the Trumpism stuff. It's so hard not to. The biggest event.
It's really a lot funnier with the glasses.
And, it's a lot funnier with the glasses.
Trump Edna, Jen. Trump Edna.
Trump Edna.
Try to do both.
Edna Trump. No, it's the best event. It's the biggest event, darling. Love it. But no capes. We don't want any capes. Anyway, Breakpoint in Abu Dhabi. Super excited. Love the Solana events. Breakpoint is no exception. They're all great. But this December 11 to 13, the team will be in Abu Dhabi for Breakpoint, where we will be showing off all things Prism, but in particular the crawler.
Yep.
But many other things. I mean, you guys are going to see it too. You guys have already seen some of it as well. But you get the alpha. If you're on the stream, you get the alpha. But if you are in Abu Dhabi, or if you are going to Breakpoint, we will be there. We would love to see you.
Yeah,
a lot of the team. I'm not sure if everybody's going to make it, but a lot of us are. I mean, the boys in Turkey, they're close.
I think I feel like 8 of us are going to be there, and a few of us are going to try to go early. Ridvan and I think you, because F1 actually happens right before it. So if anyone's there, we're going to watch F1 as a team building thing and have some fun a couple days early. It's really right before the event, so perfect timing. Yeah, see?
Ridvan, yes!
I actually didn't really care about F1 until I watched the movie F1, and then that movie is actually really awesome and made me appreciate the race. But yeah, so we'll do a couple days there, and then we'll have the conferences. Breakpoint is the best, I would say the best crypto conference, not just for Solana, just generally, just for any crypto. Yeah. Because I've been to many conferences, but this one's really good. And so it's in Abu Dhabi, should be a lot of fun. I've never been there. I've been in Dubai, but yeah. So so if you guys are in town, please hit us up. We'd like to network and make new connections. We'll probably be there for about a week. So
guys, here's what we need to do. I know we did this last year because Breakpoint, the conference floor is really dark. It's all neon lights. Everything's dark. It's like Token 2049 was like that too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what helped? Here's what happens too. Like the first day that Jesse and I were walking the floor, it's dark in there. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of dudes and walking the floor, and they're all wearing black shirts. It's like I can't point you out. I don't know where you are in the sea of dudes with black shirts. So what we did the next day is we went to the store and we got these cowboy hats with like neon lights on them, and we just both wore those, so we could always find each other. I mean, it'd be easy for you to find me in the crowd because I'm like one of like the shorter, like I'm a woman in the crowd.
Yeah.
like the shorter height. All you guys are like tall and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can find like, oh, look for the person who's like hits my shoulders. You can find me. But for guys, it's so hard to find you. Having the cowboy hat was so helpful. So if you see us at Breakpoint, maybe we'll wear cowboy hats. I don't know. Maybe guys, we have that swag competition going. So maybe we wear a new hoodie that was designed.
Yeah. We should. Honestly, when you go to a convention, you have to peacock.
I would love some new UpRock swag or some UpRock swag at all.
Yeah, we should get some, definitely enhance them out. If you want to get the most out of a conference, and especially if you're a little bit shy, I highly recommend always peacocking. Like whether you wear a funny hat or a really colorful jacket or just a cool jacket even. it is an icebreaker. Everyone comes up to you when you wear something different because everyone's always wearing some corporate branded shirt, like black shirt with a logo, and you look the same like everyone else. So if you wear just, I wore this even and wore a top hat, like it's a little silly, but I won't go this crazy. But just a nice cool jacket that's a different color. You sound silly, but people come up to you all the time like, hey man, nice jacket. What do you do?
It's true.
It happens all the time. Hey man, nice jacket. What do you do? And so it's just a really easy way to maximize how many people you interact with in one day. I highly recommend that. Yeah.
So Roz wore at Crossroads. What did he wear? One day he came in wearing like a lime green. It looked like pajama pants with a lime green. And if you know Sir Roz, he's a very fashionable guy, like super like crisp, cool, like fashionable clothes. And not to say that this was also fashionable, but just in a different way. And I was like, wait a second, I did not recognize you by your clothes for a second there. But he looked really cool. He got a lot of you got a peacock. That's how it is. Yeah, let's talk more about Breakpoint. So, Kyan, is from Nepal and would like to make it to Abu Dhabi if they can. And wants to know more about Breakpoint.
Okay, well, if you're going to go first, I obviously recommend. You have to make it worth it. One is if you're just curious about the crypto space, because it's the crypto conference. It's not really AI. There's a lot of AI. Everyone's doing anything with AI right now, but it's really a crypto thing. So obviously better if you have something you're building in crypto so you can you have something to talk about what you're building. Or if you just want to get your feet wet and talk and get to know people, that's still good too. I think the reason why this event is good is because in crypto space, you get DM'd and all the time. We get like thousands of DMs on Twitter and Telegram, and you get a lot of different projects want to do collabs with you. You don't even know who's really real, who's trying to scam you, and so a lot. And then you just get so much of those that a lot of times some of the partnerships or collabs just kind of fade away or nothing happens. And so when you do these events and you see people in person, you see who's actually serious, who's real, and then you actually get deals done. But also anything that just didn't happen for the whole year and be like, hey man, we met up and say, oh yeah, fuck, we forgot to follow through with that interview or that spaces, or we need to really make more moves on our project. Like, let's sit down real quick with our laptops and let's get something done right now. And this is why it's really good. So, and so obviously networking is great, but the face-to-face, especially in this industry, really helps a lot. And then also you can meet folks at Solana Foundation. So they're also getting a lot of people to ask them for favors, say, hey, can you repost me my project? And Solana Foundation always, anyone works at Solana constantly gets people to ask them that question, right? And they can't do it for everybody, or they don't know who's real, so they don't, they're a little stingy with it. But when you meet them in person at Solana Foundation, then they also see, oh, this person is serious. He actually showed up, he or she showed up, and he has something really they're building. And then they take you more seriously. You build a relationship. You get a DM with them. You get the actual, you walk away with a chat, their Telegram handle, and all those things are really worth it too. So you're just constantly building relationships, and so you solidify it at these key points throughout the year. And this is a good key point to go to. Yeah.
What is the difference between there's All Stars, Crossroads, Breakpoint?
Mm-hmm.
What is the main difference between those?
Well, Crossroads was actually hosted by the Step Finance people. So Breakpoint is an official like Solana Foundation event. Solana supports those Step Finance guys, and then the Crossroads ones, they tend to invite.
Which one? Wait, Crossroads or All Stars?
Crossroads or both. Okay. Those All Stars and Crossroads, they tend to invite a lot of their local university students.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll just notice a lot of young people there. Mm-hmm. Whereas maybe Breakpoint is some of that, but it's a lot of just all the companies.
Yeah. Breakpoint is a lot bigger, I noticed, than the other two, or just everything's bigger, like bigger production, everything. The other two are also big, but are they? So Crossroads and All Stars are from Step Finance.
I think. but
Or okay, but there. Okay, so it's Solana Breakpoint is like the big Solana from Solana sort of conference.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. I love going to all of them. They're all really great, but yeah, they do have different vibes. The Crossroads is very much you meet a lot of people build. I mean, you meet a lot of people building things everywhere you go, but the Breakpoint is it's very large, very big event. Almost feels like I'm at I don't know like PAX or something.
Yeah. Yep.
It's really cool. Anyway, we hope to see you there. If you do go there, let us know. And if anyone else is in the chat who's going, let us know. We have about a month and a half until it's time. So we have time to figure it out. And, let's meet up for a selfie, as Rob says here, a bunch of crypto bros taking selfies and high-fiving each other. Let's do that. And yeah, well, we'll be there, and we'll come correct with the swag, like something cool. Heart glasses, sure, why not? Okay, let's move on to from Abu Dhabi to the beautiful land of Portugal. It is your week. This is the country of the week. So if you are in Portugal, you get double your earnings. Started on October 27th, and it goes on till November 3rd. There's nothing you got to do aside from keeping the app running in the background. And to do so, I recommend you turn on notifications on iOS. Do it on Android as well. Why not? But in particular for iOS on your iPhone, make sure you put on notifications because iOS tends to kill apps in the background, and you don't want to have any disruptions to your earnings. So to avoid that, turn on notifications in your settings. You can also put on install the home screen widget, so you can always have a quick glance of how your earnings are doing. While you're doing that, I also highly recommend that you take advantage of your rocket boosters. We have multiple boosters that are available to you every single day. And it's things like go play a game, go answer a survey. The boost rates will vary, but you'll get at least 2x your boost. And it all depends on what the reward is from the offer provider. But you may have a very high boost, and it could last for, I don't know, up to 48 hours or 24 hours or 10 hours. Who knows? It just really depends on what the reward is. But you'll get a boost increase as well as getting your reward. So for completing the task. So I highly recommend you do that too. And if you're in Portugal, it's it's very prudent to do so.
Yeah. Have you been in Portugal, Chris? You have, definitely have, right?
I have. I really like Portugal.
We have some friends there. We have the Hotspotty guys, Deep in Hub Hotspotty. The founders live in Lisbon. I've never been, but yeah,
Portugal's awesome.
Yeah,
Portugal's awesome. And in Lisbon, they have like a smaller version of the Cristo Redentor that's in Rio.
The what? What'd you say?
You know the big statue in Rio, the famous one on top of the hill? They've got one of those in Lisbon as well. It's really cool.
Oh, really? Which one came first?
Presumably the one in Rio, although I'm not actually sure. Now you got me on a question I don't know the answer to.
I'll look it up later. But yeah, that's a cool one. I mean, it's always in all those cool movies. The Jesus. It's Jesus, right? It's Jesus.
Yeah. Yep. Big up on top of the hill there.
Very
I've done the pilgrimage up that hill. It's a cool walk. It's a cool view. It's a cool statue. It's full of cool. It's fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
You know what I miss? Like, why aren't we making sculptures anymore? That's like, where's like our I don't know what that sculpture is called, the one in Rio, but and
Chris, your sirens.
What?
Your sirens?
I just shut him up. I forgot I have God mode. With this little finger, I can shut anybody up. There's a lot of power in my finger. Okay, that probably came off a little much. But I was saying, it's still going on. I was saying we don't do sculptures anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Big sculptures. Like we were talking about the one in Rio and it also in Portugal. Yeah, we don't have those anymore. What does Reika say here? Reika says, Edna dear, they do make statues. They're just so immediately apparent nowadays. That is true. They're They're all at Burning Man, and then they set them on fire when they're done.
That's true. Yeah, we need the epic game, like Lord of the Rings type statues. Like just driving into Seattle, you just see 3 huge gods just welcome you to Seattle.
Oh gosh, that'd be so cool.
Or like yeah.
I saw this group or this account on X, and they're trying to make statues great again, large sculptures great again,
Yeah.
mass statues, and they're doing they want to make one. This already exists, but Atlas holding the globe. They want to make a big one.
They have a really cool
in America. It's not an American team. I think they're French or French Canadian. I think they're over on the other side of the pond. I think they're European, but yeah, they want to make a big statue and then bring it over to America. But it's like, well, it might be cheaper to do it here. I don't know, but it would be really cool to do either way. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I saw the Hand of God bridge in Vietnam. That was cool. It's like 2 big hands holding up a bridge.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
That's who's still doing it over in Asia, particularly China. They're still doing a lot of that. That's really cool. I love seeing cool design like that.
Hello, Pedro.
Hey, Pedro. I'm sorry, but I'm at work. I hope there will be many more surprises and courses for photos and videos. Best regards. Nice. Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. And I know you're at work, but if you can stay tuned for a little bit longer, we're going to have a cool demo. I mean, it's not a prize thing, but Christopher's working on a cool demo. That's why he's been super quiet. He's coding away, preparing. I'm sure he's ready for it, but it's just you always have to prepare for. You never know. Everything that's going to go wrong on demo day only happens as soon as you go live.
Yeah.
But he's just crossing his T's and dotting his I's, I'm sure. But yeah. How's it going over there, Christopher?
It's going good. It's going good. Everything's reconnected now.
Nice.
That's great. Speaking of countries, so like I said, it is our
country. I just had to fix the font because it was cool before, but now it's Halloween cool because we made jokes earlier. All of this has just been me fixing the font for you guys.
Nice.
This whole time you have been quiet on this stream. It's just so you could work on the troll that you're about to serve us.
Yes, that is exactly correct.
Oh God, I admire your commitment. That is great. I love that.
You're gonna love to hate it. You're gonna see it in just a moment.
Petty is his middle name.
Petty? Me? Never. I once lived an entire winter without heat because I had a $40 fight with the gas company.
Yeah, you're great. Like when you need something done, Chris could be the bulldog for it. He's great at that. We call him Papa Bear. We used to call him Papa Bear. So anyway, so speaking of countries, it is, like I said, Country Week is Portugal. You have until the 3rd.
Yep.
And I just saw this question here about the global merch campaign. So we have a global merch campaign that's going on until the end of this month, so until tomorrow. And we're asking people to, use any tool you want to design a hoodie. And the best design, we'll pick one and we'll make we'll try to make that into actual merch. We're encouraging you to use AI, things like that. But we started off with the first 10 countries in our Country of the Week campaign. So Nepal has not been one of the first 10 countries. So that's why it's not there. But don't worry, that's just phase 1. We're just starting with the first 10 countries. We'll do more over time. Don't worry about it. We have a lot of countries to go over for the first time, but with follow-up campaigns, we'll do more.
So Roz, make a note here. We already have one eager person to make some designs, so that'd be great. Yeah.
But also, nothing is stopping you from making a design. If you still want to make one, go ahead. That would be great to see. We could keep it in the chamber for when we do something else. But for the first phase, it's only the first 10 countries of the Country Weeks, which is on our post. But yeah, why don't you do something? Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Nepal also has such a cool flag because it's like everybody else is a boring ass rectangle, but Nepal was like, nah, we're gonna make something with a little flair. I love that.
Let me check it out. What is it? Oh, I see. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's thought outside the rectangle.
Yeah, 2 triangles. I see. Got it. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on because we got Christopher going to do his demo shortly. But speaking of quests or campaigns, we have this. We talked about it last week, but we have an in-app quest, and that went live last week. And we got a rewards pool of 100,000 UPT.
Nice.
And it goes on until tomorrow. And it's super easy. Here's how it works.
Yeah, I actually saw it too. I just recently got it myself. Yeah.
You just recently got it? Okay. You're going to see the quest. And it's just an uptime. It's an uptime thing. So you just have the app running. This is the power of passive income. There's nothing you got to do. Just keep the app running in the background. Chris, I'm going to mute you again because I don't know what's happening over there, but
yeah, I hope everybody's okay. There's been a lot of ambulances tonight. I'm in the same spot I always am, and usually there's no problem at all.
What's happening? Anyway, so this uptime challenge is super simple. Just keep the app running in the background. Keep your uptime going. Keep your internet connection great. Here's how the reward mechanism breaks down. There's 100,000 UPT in the pool. If you have 70 to 80% uptime, then you're part of that 20,000 UPT pool with a 200 UPT cap. 80 to 90% uptime, then you're in the 30K UPT pool with a 300 cap. And then if you're in the 90 plus, that's the one you want to be in, you're in the 50K UPT pool. And that's a cap of 500 UPT per user. So really just got to keep it running in the background. Turn on notifications. Really helps. Install the home screen widget so you can have quick view, quick access on your home screen, how you're doing, and keep that internet connection going. Just try not to, no airplane mode if you can avoid it. Keep it going. And keep your uptime up. Keep that uptime up. And that's going on until the 31st.
So tomorrow's the last day. Yeah.
Tomorrow's the last day.
I guess we'll do announcements next week, probably. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is not the first. We've had challenges like this before, so don't worry if you missed this one. They come again. We've done this before. We've had uptime challenges before, so don't worry. Keep your eyes peeled. We'll do more.
Yeah.
The Sir Roz and the Rocketeers are a very creative bunch, and they always have some fun things, fun contests for us to do.
Yeah. This is a good one right now because we're doing a lot of crawl jobs, so really helps out.
Really does. Yeah. Very excited. Okay, and how are you doing with Chris? You're going to be coming up pretty soon, so you doing?
I'm ready pretty soon. Okay.
I'm ready pretty soon.
Well,
let's give him a little more time and talk about how you can earn revenue with UpRock by running the app 24/7. It's passive income, super easy to do. There's other ways that you can earn revenue. We have the play to earn games. So that's things like playing casual games like puzzles, a lot of casino games, which are super popular. We did a postmortem one a couple times for a couple quarters, and you guys really love like blackjack and blackjack is really everybody loved blackjack.
Blackjack, bingo. Some of the card games. Yeah. Also, some of the match like the swipe to match.
Yeah.
But a lot of these games are super popular. They get millions of installs. A lot of people already have some of these games installed. They already play them to pass the time. Mm-hmm. So if you already have something similar installed, you might as well install it through UpRock because you'll actually get rewarded for it. And the payouts are actually really good. They actually pay out pretty good with developers. They pay you for just a simple install a lot of times. And then they pay you a lot of times just for a few minutes a day playing the game. Most likely playing a game you're already playing just while you're like traveling or something. So it's great. Surveys too. Surveys are require you to have some like pre-qualifications. So there's always a pre-qualifying survey to make sure you're the audience that they're looking for their opinion. So that's a little bit harder because if you don't qualify, if you're not that like the demographic they need, then they might give you a small little reward. But if you do qualify, then the payouts are really good on surveys too. But games are like so surveys can be a little bit harder to find something that matches, but give it a try. But the games are always really great. I mean, you just get rewarded just for installs, so it's pretty good. Yeah.
And if you have not if you have, everybody has this now. Make sure you're updated on the mobile device to the latest versions. Seeker, Google Play, App Store, because you're going to get a boost for everything that you do as well. So every single day you can play a game, you can answer a survey, and you get a boost. And you can do it more than once. You don't have to just do it, you don't only have to, you're not capped at like one survey a day to get the boost. You can do a ton of boosts and get a ton of surveys to get a bunch of boosts, and just extends that boost for, depending on what the reward size is, it affects how much the boost rate is and how long it lasts. So you should try it. Yeah, Drew says that he gets denied on all surveys. Yeah, that is a trouble we have with that can happen with surveys, because they want to pre-qualify you. So we need like a series of surveys to, like, questionnaires. Actually, they're not surveys. What we're working on is a series of questionnaires, so we can pre-qualify you and ask you these questions ahead of time. So then, you don't have to answer. But sometimes it gets super, super detailed. Like, they want to know, are you like, I don't know, like, how old are you? Where do you live? How many kids do you have? Is your kid a boy or a girl? And how old are they? And if you get one of those a little off, like, they're like, no, sorry. I'm like, what? It could be soup, and you don't know what they want. But, these survey researchers are looking for a specific audience. So sometimes it's hard to tell. But anyway, we're putting in questionnaires, pre-qualifying questionnaires in there. But keep trying, because surveys actually have a really good payout.
We'll pre-qualification, Jen. The reason why I want to do that is that so we can actually serve you hopefully only surveys that you actually will qualify for. Then you can decide which ones you want to do or not. So because right now it feels like it's a little annoying to actually have to answer the pre-qualifications. A lot of times you're doing it multiple times, and that's just annoying. So we want to just do that and then deliver like the basic questions that, female, male, those kind of things. That way, what you see on the page, the offer page, is only stuff that at least it matches the first pre-qualifications. Then you have a higher chance of getting a good one for you. Yeah.
And holy shit, Spaceman! What the hell?
Nice.
Wow. 13,000 UPT earned for surveys. Okay, if there's a leaderboard, we know who's on top. That's incredible. I need to get on surveys more.
That's pretty good.
That is really good.
Yeah, you can also do that with games, really. Yeah, games are. Yep.
Yeah, I find myself playing the games. You know what? I'm so addicted to those stupid ass merge games. I call them stupid ass merge games, but I love them with all my heart. They just don't love me back because they distract me. I'll be everywhere. It's just like merge sounds, but I love those. Those are my thing. But I do like the surveys too. But yeah, Jesse said they do always like a pre-qualifying question round. So it feels like at first you're doing a survey, and then at the end it's like, oh, you don't qualify. It's like, what the hell did I just do? Well, those were the qualifying questions. So we'll work on making that easier for you. And I love this. Sasha right here is putting in the leaderboard. And so we've got number 1, Spaceman. Number 2, Spaceman. Number 3, Spaceman. Yeah, he would dominate the leaderboard for sure. Drew says the qualifying survey asked him for a naked photo of himself. So maybe I'll get some surveys today. Yeah, maybe you're on OnlyFans. Are you sure you signed up for the surveys on UpRock or OnlyFans? Only rocks. Okay, and so we're talking about how to make revenue, how to make some passive income with UpRock. And another source is daily check-ins. So you watch a video every day. You have a chance to watch some videos to earn a boost, earn some UPT. And when is that coming? Well, Ms. Reka, Reina Reka, a Romanian rock star Reka, has said hopefully as soon as next week.
Yep.
It is in the works. So yeah, we've got it on iOS and Android, and now it's just a time of.
I think iOS is
getting it
this thing too.
Yeah. It's really cool. So yeah, what you'll see is well, I don't have a test build on, but what you'll see is in Rocket Booster, there'll be like a section that will be like watch 3 videos, and that one will just be three video, whatever it is a day. We're gonna start off with maybe 3 videos a day, but that's what you get. You get those just like any kind of mobile app or app like that. The daily reward just for checking in. But there's many things that are down the pipeline. We are working on magic receipts as well. This is going to be for the US only, though, unfortunately, for everyone else. But we're working hard on we want to get magic receipts out soon. So I owe Reka and Elena some mock-ups. But the first version of that, if all goes well, is going to be super simple, where you just scan your receipt, just upload it. And if there's an offer, if there's a deal that matches your receipt, then you'll get rewarded for it. But just take a picture of your receipt. That's it. So
it could be it could be like Walmart. Take a picture of your Target, whatever, and it'll be instant. And if it's a participating retailer, they'll actually pay out instantly. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think hopefully next week for that. And the rewarded video, I think it's in testing on iOS, and I think both could be out next week too.
Yeah, it's gonna be busy. And so Spaceman, speaking of surveys, suggests that we do need a better survey provider for outside the US, specifically Africa and Asia, as Reka mentioned. Reka, she's testing everything, so she has a high UPT count as well. But from testing, she's only got 480 from survey rewards.
We actually have another partner. We just need to set the time and finish it. So I think we'll do the daily check-ins first, then magic receipts. And I think beyond that, we need to beef up our game and survey inventory. So we have 2 new partners for both of those. One for like the game side would be all they do is games. You notice sometimes you have other apps in there like Coinbase or something. These guys just focus on awesome games. So they're going to be, I think, a good second partner. And then we have another partner on the survey side. I think they should have more inventory. So they're international. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think we should knock out magic receipts first and the daily reward video. Yeah.
Yes, Reka, I will have those for you. It's they have them in that one file that we share. It's in a different page, but it's all over the place. So I will clean that up. Magic receipts will be really cool. Anyway, guys, so those are ways you can earn revenue with UpRock. Again, it's keeping the app running in the background, so you're contributing your unused compute to the network.
Mm-hmm.
That's the great way. In that regard, then I highly recommend that you, like I said, keep the app running in the background. So to do so, we recommend to avoid interruptions. We recommend having notifications on, because if it does, particularly on iOS, if it does get killed in the background, we'll send you a notification saying, hey, manually open the app. That's all you got to do, just manually open the app. Then also strong internet connection, have good internet connection. No VPN, you can't earn on a VPN.
You can still play the games, but you can't. The earn rate doesn't work.
Well, right now I'm talking about the contributing your compute. That part. What I'm talking about. So you can't contribute your compute and earn from that while on a VPN, and have strong internet connection. Okay, so those are the big ones for contributing, earning. The other way to earn UPT is to do the offers, so play the games, answer the surveys. And another way to boost your earnings across the board is to play games and answer surveys, because those give you rocket boosters. And then lastly, a great way to get yield, or beef up what you already got, is to stake it. Highly recommend staking. You can do that super simple in the app. Just go to the wallet section, and then there's a stake section. And depending on how much you stake and for how long, you get a higher yield. Your yield will change. Also, if you stake for a longer duration, that changes your yield, your APY. And how much you stake can also give you a boost on your staked earnings. So there's another boost. Actually, that was probably our first version of Rocket Booster. With this, maybe the first version was actually referrals. So you can refer a new user, and if they sign up for UpRock and they start earning, you get 10x their earnings for their first week, and then 1% of their earnings for the remainder of for the lifetime of their account. So that's another way to do that. There might be some. We talked with the Rocketeers. There might be some issues with if you run into any issues with referrals, just let us know. Hit them up in Discord, because we'll look at this case by case matter. But that is what the deal is. That has always been the deal. 10x earnings on their first week of earning. They have to sign up and start earning for that.
Yep.
And then 1% indefinitely on their earnings, and then staking. Get you some good yield, get a good APY, and stake more, and you get a multiplier on that.
By the way, here you go. We're not sure about the restaurants. We'll find out. We'll find out next week. We'll announce that, because if it's possible, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'll find out. I think it's mostly consumer goods that they care about, but if it's restaurants, that'd be great. We'll find out and let you know next Thursday.
Yeah, so this very first version, if this all goes well, the very first version we're just going to do is just upload any receipt. So that might mean that some of your receipts don't have any rewards, or don't have an offer associated with it. You just kind of like throwing it out there, see what sticks. So we're going to just like upload any receipt.
That's first version.
That's the first version. Second version is then implementing, because we want to get this out fast for the holiday season, shopping season. And then the second version, the next versions for the future releases will be things like you can actually look for specific merchants, or you can look at specific items, and then you could like add those to your list, I guess, your shopping list, and say, okay, I bought this, I bought this, I bought that. And then when you upload your receipt, it's already, it's tracked. Yeah. So it's like, okay, this receipt, they know that I'm supposed to be checking for this item. So that'll be later versions. But for the very first, if all goes well, it's just going to be just upload a receipt, see what happens.
Yeah. But we should be able to ask a partner if restaurants ever count. If they say yes, then we'll let you know, because we don't want to waste your time to do restaurant receipts. If they just say no, it's never receipts at all for restaurants. It's just okay.
We'll find out. We'll find out. But it's a huge partner for this. Like they have a lot of merchants, so it might work. Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, I think Christopher, are you ready, sir? To show us what you got?
Sure. Why the hell not? All right, everybody, hold on just a moment here. Let me just share my screen.
Okay.
Whoop.
Are you ready to rock our
I
world?
I am ready to rock. Ready to rock somebody's world. All right. So let's do this. And where do I go to screen share?
While you do that, real quick, Drew's got a question about other people's receipts. I mean, how are you gonna know? I mean, it has to be physical receipts. That's the thing. There will be a way for you to email the receipts or submit. Wait, you could do a picture.
Jen, actually, no, actually,
somebody else's receipt.
That's what we'll find. Jen, actually, we'll find that out, because I actually tried a digital receipt that it gets sent to your email. I took a picture of one and it worked, but we should find that out. So I think the main disqualifier is they have to be no more older than like 2 weeks or something like that, right? That we know for sure is kind of the main thing. So you can't just take pictures of ones that's from last year. But besides that, I think digital receipts work, because a future version of this is actually just being able to send in your digital receipts, and then we know too, if people really trust it and like the whole idea of this, like there's actually a proactive cashback where this is an option. This is an option too. We're gonna think about it. We don't know if we want to do this, but if you actually link the debit card or credit card with the company, and you know how sometimes you go buy something and then it goes on sale the week after, and you don't even know that. Well, actually, a lot of vendors want to keep you as a customer, and if you actually were to show your link, if your card's connected, some of these companies have all the merchants and they know all the sales and discounts. So if they see something happening and something goes on sale, they'll just send it to you and say, "Hey, your product that you bought last week was on sale. Here's your discount back." And then it's a good win for you say, why would they do that? Well, it's a good win for the brand, because then you see that, oh, cool, they proactively gave me some cash back, and then you think about them, maybe want to shop with them again. That's the kind of the thinking. And it's really convenient. You don't have to think about uploading receipts, but it does require you to have a little more trust because you're linking your card. So there's some, but they do it in, they do it in a safe and encrypted way, of course. But that's something we have to look into real deeply before we want to do that. So for now, it's kind of manual. You take a picture of receipt and you decide if you want to do it.
This first version. this first version, I mean, they do say they want a physical receipt, but they will also accept a file. So if you have a digital receipt, you can download, like, let's say you got emailed to you, you can probably get that, just download that and upload the file. You can do that as well. Yeah, the next versions will do what they call as connections. So you can connect it to your bank account or your credit card account. So then they can just read the transactions as they're coming through. It's up to you on how much you want to, what you want to connect to, but that is an option. It makes it a lot easier, especially if you do Amazon. Then it just automatically is tracked. That's nice. But while Chris is wrapping that up, Jesse, to get for his demo, which is you don't want to miss it, guys. Stay tuned. And also, before Chris does that, can everybody do me a huge favor right now and just retweet this? Do a tweet right now and say, "Hey guys, tune in because Sensei Chris is about to do a demo." They need to see this. We don't have enough eyes on here. I think they need to see. And just for good measure, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, K-pop Demon Hunters, and Sydney Sweeney. Let's see if that helps. With the
Ooh la la.
All right, let's just guys, please do me a favor and let's get the word out that Chris is about to do a demo. And as he's gearing up for that, Jesse, why don't you remind everybody how the tokenomics works and why it's very important, to earn this revenue, not just for us, for everybody.
Yeah, well, if you go to uprock.com/tokenomics, everything is tied back to the token with UpRock. So every time we get revenue from the crawler for the uptime or for games or surveys, magic receipts, we do it in 3 ways. So the revenue goes directly to buying back the token. We also we have a fractions of it. So we also buy back token. We also buy back and burn some tokens. And third, we also supply and add it to our liquidity pool to deepen our liquidity pool. Why we do that? That also helps price stability when we have more in the pool. So depending on what our needs are, sometimes we'll beef up our USDC pool, or sometimes we'll beef up our Sol UPT pair pool. And you can see right there. So we're pretty proud of this. It took a long time to really think this through. We came up with this approach where I think we were one of the very first companies to really think about this a lot. A lot of times when you go to tokenomics pages, all it is like a pie chart. It basically tells you how the tokens are being split up with the team and everyone else. And that's not really tokenomics. That's just how you're going to allocate things. What it really matters is like, how do you make sure the system is incentivized in the right way? And so you can see here, like we have platform fees that also get used to go buy back and burn as well. But yeah, everything we do. So with all the revenue from the SaaS side of the business to the consumer side of the business goes right back to the token. Yeah.
Right. So go check that out, guys. That is token.
Go below that too, Jen. By the way, if you look there, those are live transactions. So you can actually click on that, and those will go right to the live blockchain. So we actually do on-chain buybacks. It's obviously, since it's blockchain, you can see it right there. You can see this every day that we do this. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, I did check that transaction, but you can't see my screen. So guys, go check this out. It's uprock.com tokenomics. We've got one more question as we are on the subject. Here's the link, guys, uprock.com/tokenomics. Go check it out if you're quite, curious how it works. But yeah, the more revenue that we bring in, it's not lining just our pockets. It's for all of us. This helps keep the token healthy. We do. Yeah, it was baked in from the beginning for that. And Spaceman has a question here. Any news on letting users withdraw Sol? Daily limit is still set to 0, so we'll have to get. This is the Q&A.
Stefan's working on that. I don't have a direct update on that, but we will get everybody one soon.
Okay, great. All right, guys. Christopher, I think it's time, sir, to blow our minds.
You're on mute.
Chris, you're on
I
mute.
really am on mute. That wasn't a joke. All right. So I have my screen share going, I believe. And with that, I will switch away so we don't have the infinite recursion of screen share that appears when we share my screen while I'm looking at the broadcasting software. So
cool.
All right. You guys let me know when my screen is up because I can't actually see that fact.
Oh, you want me to put it on stage?
Oh, actually, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I can do this in a better way that will work better. Share window. Share this window. There we go. Now you can put me on stage whenever you like.
Ooh.
Whoa.
All right. Hello, everyone. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about our crawler. And I thought, what better way to do it than to dig into some code? Everybody who wants to dig into code, raise their hands. Wow. Jen, that was super fun of you. Jesse, you too. But haha, guys, I'm just teasing you. We're not going to do this. This was just a joke to get started. This, by the way, but we talked about this last week. There's two ways to approach a crawler. One of the ways to approach a crawler is to write a bunch of code like this. This, by the way, uses our UpRock network. And right now, we're going to crawl 1,000 pages off of Wikipedia. We're going to let it run. You guys are about to see how fast this runs once it finds the first page that it's happy with, which is going to take it just a few seconds here. Here we go. All right. So now it's moving pretty fast. We're going to leave this running in the background. We're going to go do something else now. You guys might remember last week, we introduced Maestro. So right now I've got several different containers running, each of which is doing something different. And two of them are actually running crawl jobs. So let's look at, you know what, Jesse, I'm not sure I love the name Maestro. It's a lot of characters to type every time I want to connect, but we'll workshop that a little bit. Let's take a look at something that I saw the other day that was kind of interesting. So this is a Claude Code session. So what type of data are we collecting with our?
We don't see it, Chris. Are we supposed to see your typing?
Wait, did my screen sharing stop?
No, we see just the code. We still see the.
Hold on. I'm going to have to reshare.
Okay.
Interesting. I didn't realize this about when you share a window, it literally only shares that one single terminal window. So you guys didn't see everything that I was connecting with this. Anyway, I connected to the terminal. I switched terminals. You guys just saw the terminal scrolling by and you're like, cool, it's moving fast. Yeah. Let's go see. I wasn't even looking at that. Yeah, it's still moving pretty fast. All right. But boy, this is way cooler now. Anyway, what we did, I will just disconnect here for the moment and redo it. We connected to Maestro, which we explained last week is how we're thinking about how we run these. And we are going to connect to this. So I just ask it what's going on. And what we're doing right now is I had this thought the other day. I don't know if anybody has ever noticed, but when you use a coding tool in your commits on GitHub, it puts co-authored by Claude or co-authored by Charm, or you guys can still see the screen, right?
No, we can't. You removed the screen.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What did we say about demos? Like you could be totally prepared the moment you go live, then everything's
Can you see the screen now?
Well, you didn't put it on stage.
You have to put it on stage. You have
to put it on stage. I can't put it on stage.
You can't put it on stage?
Yeah, there it is. No, we can see it now. Boom. Yep. There you go. Right. Now it's your whole desktop.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to connect to Maestro. Here we go. Third time's the charm. All right, everybody, this is where we're going to cut the video. Hi, I'm Chris. We're going to show off the crawler today. So over in this window, actually this happened so fast it's not even funny. We just crawled 1,000 pages. So that's done already. So we're not going to do that anymore. But that's only if you want to interact with code. And you don't want to interact with code. You want insights. You want to be able to crawl the web and get insights. So I noticed this thing the other day. We just asked Claude what we're doing here. When you make a commit using a lot of these AI coding tools, it actually adds to your commit co-authored by Claude or co-authored by Charm, co-authored by OpenCode, etc. And I thought, hey, that's interesting. I bet there's a bunch of interesting data on GitHub about this. Wouldn't it be great to build a crawler to do that? And so I did. But then I thought, I had another example that I'll show you in a minute. And I've been listening to everything Jesse says about building insight stacks, and I've been thinking a lot about building insight stacks. And I thought, let's build an insight stack for this. So are you guys ready for UpRock Insights? Now look, this is not the version we're going to release. By the way, I got to disconnect for a moment and show you guys one thing because test data example.
Push that button says hide. It says StreamYard, stop sharing, hide.
Yeah,
hide that thing. A little toasting.
Yeah, that hide next to stop sharing.
You guys see that too.
Oh, infinite. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. All right, I got to show you guys this one thing. One thing real quick, because I just realized that in my containers, it totally ruins my beautiful font that I made. Look, it's kind of like Comic Sans, and it's kind of like Papyrus, and it's all in ASCII. And I even made it colors, like look really nice.
Yeah.
But then it turned. it turns out when I do it from inside Maestro, it makes the colors kind of awful, which is actually probably better and more appropriate for this. But anyway, here it is. So this is, look, guys, this is amazing. This is the very first version of UpRock Insight Stacks. This is a tool that's using AI, which is apparently making small mistakes about when the data came in on at least one of these. But would you like to know the monthly adoption, the number of commits each month that included the public commits in publicly available Git data in the part we've crawled so far? This isn't everything on GitHub. It's still running right now, as you saw. This is how many are done with each one. But what's cool about this is live data. This is live data hooked up to the crawler. The crawler is running in the background. It has an AI-generated description of what to crawl. And it is generating data right now. And we can regenerate this data whenever we want based on our latest results. But we're not changing the crawls. All that data is going in, and we can do that. And we can even be like, hey, I'd love to see a graph about this. So here is by months, which are also not perfectly sorted right now, but don't worry about that. It shows us when the real adoption kicked off. And the thing is, we're actually probably mostly collecting data from February 2025 right now. So you can see that month is starting to come up. And we can see, let's say, which are the top agents. So obviously, Claude is way more popular than OpenCode, which is way more popular than Charm. Let's just regenerate this real quick and see if there's any new data in here. So anyway, that's cool. Claude's pretty popular. Let's see if we can, all right, we can't see a graph of that one. How about this? What if we actually use the AI as part of this? I would like to know, what is a viral commit? So a viral commit is when you commit, make a change to one of your repositories, and a bunch of other people who have forked the repository all pull that change into their own version of the repository. So even though you made one commit, it's in many different repos. So let's look at the top viral commits. We can do that. We can see somebody's updating of the README docs is apparently the top viral commit made with Claude. Interestingly, all of these are made with Claude. And again, all of this data is live, real time. This one might actually take a minute to regenerate because there's a lot of data to process. But you could also, future set this up to regenerate once a day, regenerate once an hour, whatever you'd like. But this is all live, happening in real time. And meanwhile, while all of this is going on, we can switch back to the main AI agent that drives this and say, hey, how's our crawl going? And it'll tell us all about that. And we can come back here and see. It's still regenerating. All right. See what's going on. Let me check the crawl status, and it'll tell us how it's going. We could also check it elsewhere. So still running, still going along strong. All right, let's look at another example, because I want to show that this isn't just a super duper sketchy demo that all runs in one place. Let's Maestro Connect. And I had another one. Now, one of the things that I've heard from a bunch of people and on the team and off the team is we would like to know not just where a user is, but we want to know what internet service provider they're connected to. And right now, this is kind of hard to do. But there's tons of public data out there. So what we can do is we can actually take a look at the autonomous systems, aka the ISPs that each of our users are going to. And this is all publicly available data, but it's all over the internet. We have to crawl it up. So right now, we have a crawl job running. And if we come back to the home page, we see that we're collecting about 107 ISPs an hour. And we estimate that we're 21% done collecting all the ISPs on the entire internet. And we can see the breakdown by countries. Oh, and hey, this one's pretty cool. This one's wired up to real time. Watch this. I'm going to change it to a like sort of histogram display of all of this. And you'll notice some of them are moving around a little bit because tiny variations in the data as we are discovering new data is causing it to all move around a little bit. Cool. So let's go back and let's take a look at all of our prefixes. I know what's interesting. I know, let's search for, remember, this is real-time crawl data that's coming in. I want to see all of the IP addresses that have a 123 in them. So that's interesting. We've got a handful that start with 123, looks like mostly in Southeast Asia, and we've got some that have 123 in the second digit. That looks like those are in the US. That's pretty cool. Or how about if we already saw that prefix ranges? Here's the different slant 16s for each sitter block. If you're into super high-end networking, you know what all this means. Again, it's just a giant data set, but it's a real-time giant data set. We can regenerate from our main crawl data anytime we want. And then one of my favorite parts about this is, okay, we've got all this data, we've got this job running, but so what? Well, part of Insight Stacks, as I said before, we feed this through the AI. So here's an AI-generated summary and analysis of what's actually going on with our whole crawl system right now, where we are in all of this, major cloud providers, network distribution insights, all that. And by the way, remember, this is all real data, so I can go hit the R button and regenerate that right now. Now, this is going to take a minute. It has to go back to the AI. Normally, we would do this on a background task. But while that's running, we'll go ahead and connect to the other one, see if it finished regenerating its data yet real quick. And there we go. So here we go. By the way, now this one, when I regenerated it, you notice that the messages are much easier to read. That's because they've all been passed through AI. So even though this is a table, not just a single summary like that, we can involve AI in the process. And this is our real-time crawl data using the AI, using the crawler. And right now, if one of you sees you got a crawl job on your device, it's probably running right into this system right here. Let's go check the other one more time, see our updated summary on our ISP mapper. I was still thinking about it. All right. Well, we'll let this one think for a moment. Hopefully it'll be done in a moment. But while that's going on, oh, there we go. Took 50 seconds, but there we go. As you can see, a brand new AI summary based on what we've got. And it noticed an anomaly with AS number 749. I have no idea what's going on there, but we should probably dig into the data deeper and take a look at that. So with that, I am going to come back to this screen one more time to end with my awesome font. Guys, this is UpRock Insights. This is what we are building. And I am so, so glad that I finally get to show it off.
Awesome, man. Yeah. You're on mute, Jen.
Chris, I'm gonna mute you. Sorry, you got the sirens, but you know that siren was like whoop 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 whoop. Love this. That's a party sirens, Chris. And I love your glasses matched your terminal. And I love.
Yeah, I know. I planned this one out a little bit. I really totally did forget it was Halloween. You guys don't know how deep I have been to finally get Insight Stacks working. So let me give a big shout out to the whole team. There are so many pieces that go into this, so many things running on so many different devices: Android code, iOS code, desktop code, backend code, AI code, of course, the actual Insight Stack thing itself, and just bringing it all together finally. So I got to do the demo today, but I am doing the demo today because of the wonderful, incredible team who has been working so hard to make this all happen. And by the way, I also want to say the Insight Stacks are cool, but anybody who's a developer, did you see how fast that first crawl ran? We crawled 1,000 Wikipedia pages so fast I didn't even have time to fix my screen sharing issues before it was done. And when that was done, I was like, shoot, should have done 10,000. But I
so to start it over,
didn't want to waste too many crawls. But this is the point Jesse has been making for a long time. There are two ways or two levels that people want to interact with crawler. If you're a developer and you have a super complex use case, you want to interact with it with code, just like that Wikipedia crawl. There's more to that. It's an example we're going to publish to show some different ways of doing different things. But that's a super low level thing. That's something where I knew exactly what I wanted to do. It's not about a high level data thing that I want to refresh all the time. It's a low level crawl job. And so we provide super powerful, super fast, low level primitives to do it. But as I think you guys saw for these other two cases, by the way, how cool, I don't know if you guys think it's cool. How cool is it to realize you can use our crawler to pull pages from GitHub to actually see how much different AI tools are really getting used?
Yeah.
And we can update that data whenever we want. We can go explore that data. We can, now this isn't in the tool yet, but export it into CSV. Jesse's talked before about making it super easy to export into other AI tools, which we will absolutely build. This is obviously the very first internal version of the Insight Stack engine. We will not be delivering this in the command line, of course. We will be delivering it in the browser. But I wanted to take all these ideas because we've been working on all these pieces, and it's really hard for a lot of people to understand what we're talking about until they see it. And so that's why I wanted to put it together in a little command line tool where you could really see tables and data and explanations, and the AI is in the loop. And I don't know. So Jesse, surprise, Insight Stacks work.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, for folks who are not used to looking at the terminal, what what's great about showing the terminal is kind of showing a little bit under the hood how the thing is working. But the final product is, like Chris said, there's only two versions that people want. It's either you're a developer and you want the terminal version, you're kind of directly integrating with the API or with the MCP that we're building. Or the second version is just human language prompt. And so that's what an insight stack is going to be. So for folks who are, if you're a marketer, professional, you own your own business, even if you're working for a big company, like he said, the example here, I want to just create an insight stack around AI GitHub repos. Okay, or it could be something else. Like I want an insight stack on all the available jobs with AI. Okay, our rocket crawler will basically present to you a crawl plan and say, here, this is what we recommend for this job. I will crawl 500 or 1,000 sites around the world for AI jobs. Okay, and this is a plan, and you can edit that plan if you want with human language. Like, you know what, I like that, but you're missing these 2 domain names that I really want as part of the plan. Great, add it, done. Now you have 1,002. Execute that crawl plan. It happens in pretty much an instant. When that crawl plan comes back, what you're going to get, the final payload, it used to be this. In the past, when you pay for a scraping product, it's for developers. So the actual payload is 1,000 files, 1,000 JSON, 1,000 Markdown even, or 1,000 like something. But again, how's that useful for the average person? That's not actually useful. Then you still need a developer to do something with all that stuff. In our case, that's already part of the stack. So what you're going to end up seeing is an insight stack will actually have a link, and that link is an MCP server link, and that kind of collapses all together. So the original prompt is in the stack, so the context is always there. The crawl plan's in the stack, and the link to all the resources that we crawl and scrape around the internet are part of that stack. And so it's just in that MCP server, it's kind of like an envelope. And what you do is you drop that into any LLM, and now you can just talk about the data like Chris just did. You can just start doing analysis, start building charts, start building apps, just ask questions about the 1,000 crawl jobs. Like, hey, you just crawled 1,000 AI jobs. Cool. Which ones do you think are good for me? Or can you make a chart of the top ones that are? And then also, by the way, I like to know if this, like, let's have this insight stack actually update weekly or even daily. And now you can do that. And because of the way we're architecting this thing, you can actually share your crawl job. You can share your insight stack with other people very simply. So how you did in the past, you like dump a bunch of files, share that around. That's crazy. Now all you do is share a link to someone else and say, here, this is my insight stack. Play around with that. It's actually auto updates daily.
Well, and I mean,
which is awesome.
And I mean, let's give a concrete example. Yeah. Of the three whose strings I know that are part of our crawl, what is the most popular command line AI coding tool? I can answer that question right now in real time. I'm going to hit the refresh button, and I'm going to say that 87.7% of commits in GitHub with such a commit string are from Claude, 9% are from OpenCode, and just 3.1% are from Charm.
Yeah. Well, that was a real-time query and answer, wasn't it?
That's a real-time query and answer. Or to put it another way, as you guys saw on the monthly adoption, and Girk even asked this question after seeing the graph. So what happened in February? I do know the answer to that. That's a different discussion, right? But as soon as you are able to visualize data like this and pull the crawl right into an insight stack, it wildly opens it up. And so so you can answer, it's not abstract questions anymore. Hey, how many, like I thought this was such a cool, interesting question. We hear all these people talking about, okay, you're using AI coding tools, whatever. And right, a lot of AI coding tools don't mark their commits. So there's no way to know whether those commits came from AI or not. But because some of them do mark their commits, we can look for those marks and we can actually answer the question, hey, how much are they getting used? And where are they getting used? And what are the most popular commits that are made by them? And all this kind of stuff. And this, it goes beyond just crawling the web. It's making insights out of that data.
Yeah.
Yes. And what had you worded earlier, Jesse? You said the search engine is for humans.
Yeah, because like we already do this naturally. I
want to finish the line. Search engines for humans.
Yeah. Search engines are for humans. Insight stacks are for AI agents.
There you go.
Yeah. And so this is important because, I mean, we all do this today. Every decision we make today online, what we end up doing is open 50 tabs, 100 tabs. You listen to a YouTube video, you listen to a podcast. You're doing, literally the tabs are like a stack of data. And each tab is its own individual prompt. And you're doing this by yourself. And it's a lot of work just to stay informed and stay like, make a decision, like buy something or whatever you need to do. This is what we all do. because cost of content is down, it costs zero now with AI. There's going to be explosion of sites, explosion of video and audio and all that stuff. You just will not be able to keep up without an AI crawler on your side. And you're going to have to crawl 500,000, 10,000 sites. And you need that crawler working on behalf proactively all the time, every day, so that if something changes on the internet, you know real time, real quickly, and then you can have just better insights. And then again, AI is an awesome remix engine. So what makes these tools amazing is if they're collaborative and they're shareable and remixable, right? So this is why the final form is no longer a bunch of files. It's actually should be a link, just a simple link that you can just drop into any preferred LLM or any tool. And then because it's an MCP, it's basically MCP is like a Rosetta Stone for AI agents. It just instantly gets what's in that link because it's formed there. All the instructions are in there of what an insight stack is. And all the instructions are there for here's how you can create your own stack. Here's how you can manipulate the stack, or stuff like that. That's part of that there. So like if you have a link and you talk about this thing and say, hey, I like this stack, but let's create another one. Or maybe I like this one, but it's only updating weekly. Let's create a new one that's updating daily. The AI agent will just instantly get that because the instructions are baked in. And because the context is in there, if you think about your 50 tabs that you open, all that context of all those little search, prompts that you put in for every single tab you created, when you close your browser, all that context is gone. AI really needs even just a basic context. Just that first prompt really makes a big difference to the getting better quality data back. So this is why even the original prompt saying, hey, I'm looking for AI jobs. Now the AI also knows this insight stack. The reason why all these 1,000 sites are relevant, or why they're, what's the relationship with all this thing? The purpose is like a human really cared about finding AI jobs. Okay, now an agent just knows instantly what is a reason for this crawl job, this insight stack, right? Now when you prompt it with questions, it just will provide better answers because it knows what the original purpose and the intent was, right? So what's cool about that as well is I'm going to show you guys. Let me show you my screen real quick. Where it's going to just, I think, blow people's minds when we have this. 1 second.
And while you're pulling that up, Chris Reka made a request. Let's brag about the percentage improvement since last week. I mean, we're looking at crawler success rate.
Oh God, where did you guys get this picture? And how did you put those awful sunglasses on this picture?
Nice.
You look really good, and also that number is, I dare say,
99.2% crawl success rate in our recent testing, which is pretty dang nice.
Pretty damn good. Chris, what do you got for us?
All right. So has anyone used Lovable or Replete? There's a bunch of these, right? They're all pretty awesome. Replete, Lovable went to $100 million ARR just for this tool, which is like making you can make your website or app with just one prompt. So normally, here's what it wrote: make an app showing all the latest AI jobs. Okay. Then it thought for some time and it made this cool little website showing you all the latest AI jobs. Okay. However, this is just dummy data. This is fake. They just made it up. It's just a prototype. It's a UI builder. It's not actually, there's no real database. It has no idea how to connect to a real-time crawl job to actually make a useful app here. And what's cool about all these AI tools is, again, you can share it, right? There's a share button here. You can publish it. You can dive into the code if you really want to, but a lot of times people don't do that anymore. You just want to talk to it like a human. And you can just, edit it as you go as natural language. But the ability to actually make this app tie to real-time internet data is actually a pain in the ass. Like, how would you do that right now? Like, if you just think about it, what would you do? You would maybe have to go hire a proxy company, scraping company, maybe a developer to, where are you going to store the data? If you think about all that stuff, is madness, right? So that's why it's just dummy data. Well, now with the Insight Stack link, instead of saying, hey, make an app showing all the latest AI jobs, you'll say the same thing. Make an app using all the latest AI jobs, Insight Stack with Insight Stack, .ai with, say with this link, with this MCP, MCP Insight Stack link, AI link. When you enter that in, now it's going to actually instantly get what's happening, and it'll actually make a prototype with hydrated with real fresh data. Like, that's easy. So in 2 prompts, you can actually make amazing apps, amazing charts, amazing cool things with AI tools that is actually tied to a living, breathing, living knowledge capsule. Insight Stack is actually continuously hydrating itself and refreshing itself. And that's what's so cool about it. And again, because instructions are built into the Insight Stack, the AI can actually instantly do a lot of things. You can pretty much remix the stack. You say, hey, I like this crawl job, but I really think you're missing a bunch of domains. Or you say, I think I really don't like, some of these domains are irrelevant, remove those. Or, I want you to update this daily instead of weekly. All those things are possible with the MCP. So the instructions are all just baked in there. So yeah, this is what's going to be our, what we're going to hopefully demo at Abu Dhabi and at Breakpoint.
Hopefully we will.
And then what you guys just saw with Chris is he's showing you when you go to like our Rocket Crawler and say, hey, I want to create an insight stack around GitHub repos or AI jobs. You'll just have to enter one prompt. It will start creating that stack. What Chris just showed you is kind of behind the hood of what's happening. It's creating this.
That's real. But what I just showed you right now is not fake data. It's not made up data.
Yeah.
That's real-time crawl data that is running on the UpRock network on all of your devices right now. I've been watching the notifications on my desktop here, and I just saw a crawl job come in. I don't know which one it was, but one of them just hit it. So that is where we are now. We have built this. The crawler works. We are now moving on to building these insight stacks.
Yeah.
And this is amazing. I don't know. Honestly, Jesse, I expected you to be more blown away, and then I realized
I am blown away, dude.
Anything right
I'm
now.
excited.
I think we're all like kind of in awe. Like that was great. It was super fast, incredible.
We didn't know, like it took us this was a huge
I know you didn't know that. I know you thought it wasn't going to be working in time for the live stream. That's why I told you yesterday that it was going to be a surprise, because I was like 85% sure we could get it done in time for the live stream.
And by the way, too,
I haven't slept since I talked to you yesterday.
Oh no, that's great. But plus, if you look at a lot of the AI tools like Lovable, you pay to make things private. So how we're thinking about it as well is like Insight Stacks will be open source and open by default. And so, which is why is that important? And you can pay to make them private. Maybe you want to do a crawl job. You don't want everyone to know what you're researching. That's important. That's a good revenue model. But open source open by default, like Lovable does, is great for how to grow quickly, because people can see, as everyone knows, like, am I asking the right prompt? Like, how do I know how to make a good prompt for a web app, or especially for a crawl job? If you never even thought about what do I need to do to get really good insights from the internet, well, we should be able to see a bunch of insight stacks first on our Insight Exchange, and you can see kind of other people's crawl jobs. And what's cool about that as well is like maybe someone's looking at the top 100 brands, and this person created a really great prompt to create a really great insight stack that's actually refreshed every day. You're like, cool. That's exactly what I need for my company, for my just daily updates. I don't need to do a whole nother crawl job. I'll just subscribe to that one. So it's way more efficient. You don't have why should you crawl and spend the tokens and do it all over again when someone's already doing it and it's already cached and you just subscribe to it? Again, if you want to remix it and fork it, I like the word remix better. You can do that and then create your own stack, keep it private if you want. But the idea is like you should be able to see a volume of stacks, and then everyone's going to get better at prompting and coming up with better crawl jobs. And also it's way more efficient because, like I said, the human or even an agent can search our index. And if an agent is requested to crawl all the data from GitHub, they'll go to UpRock on our Insight Stack Exchange, and they'll say, ooh, there's already a crawl job here, Insight Stack, that's already doing this. I'm just going to subscribe to that. So AI agents will prefer always crawling through our UpRock network because we're more efficient, we're faster, and it's actually made for AI. It's made for agents to actually interact with it instantly. This is very important. So I think this is how we're going to our go-to-market strategy is going to be really, really strong, because just one prompt, one link, and it's connected to amazing superhuman power crawl jobs. Yeah, God likes super crawling.
This is great. That enterprise crawling for everybody, not just every developer, but every person. It kind of reminds me of the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding. and the dad, he just does everything with, like, he could clean or fix anything with Windex.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out with this. It's like, you could throw at anything, and there could be a use case on why you could use Insight Stacks for that. Like, you don't have to just be a developer. You don't have to be making like an e-commerce site or I don't know, be a recruiter or whatever. There's a use for it. Anything you can think of, I bet you we could find a use case for it, because it's that ubiquitous. It would be that ubiquitous. It'd be like a search engine in the future.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about like anything where you have to open, if you have to open 50 tabs or more, then you'd prefer to use Insight Stack, because that means you really want an AI, like a expert crawler, to work with you, because it's going to do a better job at crawling the internet all the time. And by the way, proactively. All agents tools today are kind of reactive. They have to wait for your prompt. We're building it so that it's proactive, where you can actually, it's actually doing it constantly while you sleep. And that also is very important, because the internet changes all the time. And so you can tie that to a lot of use cases. One could be price alerts. If you want to look at insurance quotes, or if you want to look at airplane quotes, or your pair of jeans, you can have Rocket Crawler crawl the internet constantly. You can create an Insight Stack around top 5 jeans, and just let me know on Amazon. And that's just a simple stack right there. And just say, hey, every day crawl the internet, crawl just Amazon for all these jeans that I like, and let me know when the price changes. Okay, and that's all I want. That's one example of an Insight Stack. In the past, how would you do that simply, and then can go scale from there. So everybody who works for a company, whatever your industry or product or trend is, you want to wake up every morning and stay informed, to stay updated with your industry. Why not have an Insight Stack around that? And then, you can add that link into Lovable or Replete or whatever, and have an app that just delivers charts, graphs, whatever you want. Maybe just summarizes what's happening in the world, in your industry, and it just tied to a link. So we abstract away all the complications of how you crawl and extract knowledge from the internet. You don't have to worry about running proxies. The UpRock community is running apps, and it just all happens in the background for you. All you care about is the link and getting insights. You get
exactly.
Right to get right to what you actually want.
Okay, so let's do a couple of challenges. Reika asked Edna to do the accent. So let's have some challenges. I'm going to challenge you, Jesse, and Chris, to give me some use cases for what Edna Mode might search for. Maybe Edna Mode is searching for explosion resistance stretch fabric suppliers, dear me.
You can do that. Yeah, no problem.
Do that, yeah.
How to trademark?
Would you like a histogram broken down by suppliers by country?
Sure.
Well, you can do that.
Edna Mode is not very technical, dear. I expect you to solve that for me.
I'm not solving it. The Insight Stacks are solving it. I'm busy building the Insight Stacks.
There you go. Here's another. Edna Mode might ask how to trademark no cape before those hacks steal it.
That's pretty good.
We can definitely help your AI do that.
Accents. But you could apply Insight Stacks to everything. Like, how do you find trademark laws? What region you're going to trademark in? What industry? Things like that. There's many ways you could use Insight Stacks. It is the Windex of AI solutions. Okay, and here's the thing, guys. I see you guys in the comments talking about, like, hey, you're super excited, happy about this demo, and you should be. We all are. But this is also let me remove this for now. This is I think this highlights just how perfectly timed we all are right now, guys. Like, DeepIn AI, being in Web3 for a long time, but in particular DeepIn, this has been DeepIn season all year long. And now it's the AI era for sure. And we're the perfect intersection. All of us here involved in this project. That's not just us that are building it here on the camera. Now the team building this means you guys in the community being a part of it and supporting it. This is the perfect intersection. This is so amazing to show you guys. And like Chris said, hats off to the team building this, to the whole team, because also not only of working on this is on top of or in addition to everything else that we're building, because this only works if we have a very healthy community who is contributing to the network. And there's a lot we have to do there too. So this is it's just really proud moment to be able to share this with everybody. and love to see everyone's amazing reactions to it. Well-deserved team. Like, Chris, great job.
I know, it's awesome. And you guys that are the UpRock network, the UpRock community is our moat, because honestly, crypto, all these little microtransactions wouldn't even be possible without token. And actually having real mobile devices is why we're able to do this, because if we just do it through a few servers, we would get blocked. Cloudflare will figure it out, and it would be impossible. Our moat is a real device network, especially our mobile device network, because as everyone knows, a site from Tokyo or Texas actually loads something different. And so if you really want to get really good data, you might, and you can create an insight stack, say, hey, I really just want to know, create a data set for users for what people see on some price in the US only. We can actually do that. We can actually say, are you in Korea only? We can actually do that because our UpRock community is everywhere. And that's actually very lucrative too. So we can charge more for that. So it's kind of for insight stacks like this. And all that revenue goes right back to the token. So we foresee a great adoption with this. It's a huge pain. We've talked to a lot of people who pay for crawlers and proxies. They're all waiting to try this out. We already have a few actually just using the API version. The developer side is already ready to try out, and people are testing it today, because you can see even Chris showed you it works. But the real version the one that's going to be mainstream, that we're really excited about for everyone to try, is the actual insight stack, where it's just prompt, then link, then do something useful with it. Yeah, that is going to be amazing. I foresee, like.
But you guys today on this stream, you just saw the first version of that insight stack.
Oh, I know.
It's going to have a lot more built on top of it. But
yeah, all those tabs.
Insight stack.
Yeah, all those tabs Chris showed you was him interacting with the data through AI, asking just regular questions.
Through the crawler in real time. Well, and just, you and I talk about this. It's a mix of AI and not AI. So I'm gonna put on my sensei hat. I don't know where it went. Anyway, I'm gonna put on my sensei hat for a moment here. In my opinion, one of the most important things about AI is using it just the right amount. So for instance, generating that summary, it noted, hey, there's a ton of prefixes from AS 749. Why is that? That's the US Department of Defense, by the way, which actually makes sense because it's one of the largest holders of IP space in the world. So we expect to see a lot of them. But that is where AI is really great, analyzing the data. Drawing a bar graph, AI is really bad at drawing a bar graph. It will spend all day fiddling with drawing a bar graph, and you still won't have a nice bar graph. Just regular code is good for that. And so what's so powerful, and what a lot of systems haven't really implemented well yet, is mixing AI with more traditional deterministic code, where they work together. You use the AI for the parts that it's really good at, and you get out of the AI as soon as possible and back into just normal code that's super reliable, and you don't have to worry about prompt injection and this and that. And that's what we're building. So the crawler itself has very little AI inside it, although next week we're going to show off an awesome demo that our team's been working on for how we transform data, which is AI. But again, that's an example. We do most of the work out of the AI. We do the super important part that needs to be in the AI, and then we get right back out of the AI. And by doing it that way, we have reliability and consistency, and we also have the AI insights. And that's what we're doing with the insight stacks, is we're putting it all together.
Okay, here's a great question from Reka. How will this insight build a handle crawl results of a site that is only available in a very constrained geo?
Well, Reka, that's a great question. Almost like I asked you to ask that question. Although, as only you and I know, I actually didn't. Nobody will believe that, but I didn't.
Well, now we don't know because you put it out there. Now we wonder.
But the way it will work is, well, first of all, that's the great, amazing part of the UpRock network. If there's a site that's only available in Hungary or something like that, or wherever, it will be able to access that because the UpRock network is everywhere. So we can use our placement logic to place it there and to do that. Now, what the insight stack will have to discover, and this is something we'll still be working on, is, oh, this site doesn't work, this site doesn't work. Let me try to figure out where it's accessible from. Maybe do an ancillary search about that site to find out where it's accessible from, to realize, oh, it has to be placed on this network or in this country or whatever in order to access it. But that's what's amazing about UpRock, is because we have the global reach, we can actually do that. We can actually do that kind of placement. And the insight stack, when you combine AI's flexibility with the crawler's reliability and precision, then you get this amazing system. We talk about deep in precision all the time, and it's amazing. But what makes it even better is when you have AI's flexibility to help you know where and when you need your precision, how to properly tune your precision.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, we really are democratizing access to enterprise grade superhuman crawling, which is everyone's going to need, because it will be impossible to keep up with all the data on the internet, and everyone needs tools like this. What's awesome about some of the breakthrough AI tools is that is when you make a tool that typically would be like a small handful of humans on Earth can actually use it. You have to hire them to use it, and then they make it accessible for everyone. I mean, Lovable is a good example. Building one site with a prototype with one prompt is an amazing tool, which is why they took off so fast, because everybody wants to just have a really simple tool to just sketch ideas out and actually play around with a landing page really quickly. And so just people have so much fun with that. You make that really easy to crawl the internet for any type of insight you want. And this is why we call it the knowledge abstraction layer, because there's so much chaos of data. We want to be able to transform that data into something useful, some actual intelligence. And once you have that power, once you realize, oh my God, this is awesome, you can actually really fine tune 1,000 crawl jobs. You will unlock so much creativity in these apps too, because it's a perfect combination of all the apps and charts and all the other tools that are coming. Being able to feed that into real-time web data is what's going to be. I just unlock a lot of use cases, a lot of creativity, and that's going to be really exciting to see. So I really hope the UpRock community, I'm really excited for you guys to try it, and I'll probably do some contests around this, but I think it's going to be amazing to have a bunch of insight stacks built by UpRock community, because you guys are basically fueling it.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I just shared this a second ago, but here's an animated version of it. The crawler success rate. Look at Christopher. Because you were a little too just stoic in that photo. But this is how he's really feeling on the inside. Let's watch this again. Christopher, how he's feeling. Oh, that I don't know why it did the animation. Anyway, I was too busy looking at this. I think this was a grok animation that Ross made. It was fun, but I did like this comment from where'd it go? Oh, from I hope I'm not. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'll look it up. But Kalyan, you look like Heisenberg after a good deal.
It's a much better hat. It's such a much better hat than that. But anyway,
much hat. And instead of crunchy blue meth, it's green.
Green data.
Green data. There you go. Love that. Okay, we should move on from the crawler, guys.
Let me show one more thing, Jen. I'm gonna show my screen one more time.
Sure.
I'm just gonna, guys, just to really hit it home, why I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna show you two examples of the state of the industry today, and why Insight Stacks is just democratizing access to this for any professional on Earth to have an expert crawling right on your device. Let me share my screen real quick. Okay.
By the way, Geo 300 is great. It's great.
Yeah. So that's on Android. So yeah, where different geos have different values. I mean, really depends on usually it depends on how good is the data that could be extracted from that area. Is a more very censored area, like North Korea. I mean, not like you could get it in North Korea, but if you could, wouldn't have a very good high geo score. Also, it might also depend. Like we might need more jobs in certain areas. Who knows?
Yeah.
But how it is right now is like how open is the internet in your geo?
Exactly. Okay, so just wanted to show you guys. We could have with the UpRock network. We have the API version. We could have spent a lot of time building a better crawler API and an interface built for developers, which is how it's done today for almost across the field. And I show you exactly, like, these are some really great companies, and this is how the crawler products look today. So when you look in here, as you can see, it's designed for developers. You can say which site you want to scrape. You can add your, we can say uprock.com here, and then it shows you a lot of code of what's happening. And then you kind of have to know, you need to know actually what you're doing here, of like what are the parameters. you need to understand like user agent, JavaScript rendering, browser, maybe some browser sessions, parsing instructions. Like these are all very developer centric. All this, this is not where the internet's going. Like no one's going to want all these dials and buttons at all. And here's another company that does the same thing. I did a crawl job for Crunchbase crawler. The final payload, what you actually see in the end, if I go back here, is, like I said before, we have created a crawl job of like AI companies on Crunchbase. The results are a bunch of files. This is what you're paying for. You're paying every company that's paying for a crawler or proxy companies. You're paying for the jobs being done and how many files you get back that are clean and nice. And you can pay extra to extract them as well. But a lot of times you're just paying for the data, the files itself. But again, then what? So you can open these files and check them out. But then what? You still need another developer to take all this stuff and bring it to another tool to do something useful with it. So we skip all that. We abstract away all this stuff. And it's just, we would have wasted a lot of time building these same tools for developers. It is not where it's going to go. This is not how you get great adoption. This is not what unlocks great creativity. This is not what AI is built for. And so when you have the amazing use cases with AI is when you take something that used to be super complicated and you just abstract away and now, unlock creativity for everyone else. So this is why it's what Chris just showed you is really amazing, because this is how it's done today. We're leapfrogging all this stuff. And what you're going to be able to do is just prompt, get the link, and then do something useful with it, make charts, make apps, etc. So anyway, I think I hit that home a little bit more, but I just wanted to show you guys, because if you're not a developer and you're not familiar with these tools, this is what they look like. And I thought maybe it's good to show you like how it's been done and why what we're doing is going to be just light years ahead.
Excellent.
Yep.
Very, very exciting. Very cool. Glad you guys are here to see this live demo, and then the one Christopher did last week as well. I mean, it's been a couple good weeks of demos, and Christopher, a couple bad weeks of sleep for the team, in particular, Chris.
And I think we got another demo for next week.
Yeah, cool.
I wanted to work that one in today, but this one was long enough as it is. But we'll show off what the rest of the team has been working on. Well, the rest, obviously, the whole team's been working on lots of things, including this. But one more cool crawl-related demo for next week. So
yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, well, let's move on from that, guys. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat. But I think we've answered a lot of the questions as they came in, so it doesn't seem like we'll have much of a Q&A. But you still have a few more minutes for that in case there's something new. Quick update on the Android and iOS apps. There's going to be some updates coming soon. We talked about that earlier in the stream. Cool. The daily video rewards will be coming. You can watch a video every day, get some rewards. That's coming soon. We have updates to the settings page. That is right now. It's definitely on Android. As far as iOS, I think that's in the pipeline, but that's not out just yet. And we are working on magic receipts, and that will only be in the US. But hopefully, we can get that out by latest middle of November, so we can hit that holiday shopping season.
Yep.
And so that's what we have for the Android or the mobile app updates, unless Ms. Reika, there's anything that I missed here.
Will there be a Halloween challenge for the weekend, Saraz?
Oh, perhaps there might be a challenge coming into the apps if Saraz thinks of anything. Let me know if you need Auntie Edna to record anything for you, to give any instructions. I am so feeling this wig right now. I'm like, I don't want to take this off. The team's just gonna have to deal with me speaking this way for the rest of the day.
If you guys can't tell, but my eyes are always tearing up because this contact is so painful. I got this.
Yes, I know those do actually look super painful. Oh, you know what? There was a question that Reika asked, and I think here we go. So can we make sure that the first layer of crawler, that it's not an invalid 404 site, rather that is restricted to a small area?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
What? Yes is a complete sentence. Yes.
It is.
I was wondering if it's like a trick question, but yes, of course.
Okay.
This is like, don't know question, need to give answer, don't know. Yes, we can. How? No, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we got. I mean, look, we're still building, right? Like we're building iteratively. We're showing more and more things running with the crawler. We have more customers starting to use it and trying stuff and giving us feedback. So we're iterating on this very, very quickly. I would say, guys, we'd have to go look at Git. So I don't want to give a wrong number, but we've probably done 10 crawler releases in the last 10 days. If not one, if it hasn't actually been one a day, it's been close to it.
You know, like we say that this weekly is kind of like our weekly stand-up, and companies, they'll do like a weekly like round table about what they worked on and what's coming up, like what they're going to be focused on. And we do that with everybody, with all our viewers in our community. We do that every week live with you. Also, we do internal ideation and working things through internally, because that's Reka and Chris, and like that's a conversation they're also going to have offline on Slack, but we also do that live with you too. So she
knows that if she asks me a question on Slack and I'm prepping for something, I'll be like, I'm busy, I'll talk to you about this next week. And if she asks me on live, I'm like, well, I got to answer now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. That's how we keep ourselves going. All right, well, let's move on to lastly, we've got
walk with the posse.
Walk with the posse. Do your catwalk on the runway, just shake your little tail on the catwalk with Moonwalk. So there's it's a really fun campaign that's going to be starting soon with Moonwalk, and basically it's just you're doing a daily challenge, or you're doing a challenge of just walking with the group. And so you join the D Pioneers group, and so download Moonwalk. And when you do go there, also you'll want to give Tim over at D Pioneers his referral. So I'll give you guys the code for that. But join it. Put in your referral code for Timmy, and then join the D Pioneers community. And we're going to do a Move to Earn challenge.
Yeah,
and it's really just a fun way to like get healthy, be healthy, and walk. And it'll be really fun. It's a fitness app, so get healthy, not just for your bod, but to build engagement with the D Pioneers community. I'm on there. You'll see me. I got my avatar, my little D Pioneers Avies on there. So come join and follow me. Like, let's follow each other. I know Sasho, Captain Pugwash, Decentralized Rob, Klaus, I think you're on there. There's also some other people in the D Pioneers group that are on there, but they have a different name. So I didn't, maybe if I missed you, please let me know. But yeah, if you want to join us, please do. The rest of the UpRock team will be on there. Tim is smart. You know what he did? He got himself one of those standing desk treadmills, and he's always walking. He said he puts in like 18,000 steps a day just at his treadmill, just at his desk. I need to get one of those.
I should get one too. I'm on my chair too long. That would be nice.
Yeah, you know how many steps I usually get? Like 2,000 a day.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
And that's just me going back and forth to the restroom. That's terrible. Anyway, walk with the posse, guys. Join us. That is starting soon. But we'll see here. Let me just put the tweet in the chat so you can join us.
Yep.
I definitely need to get signed up for this. I'm gonna need. I like to walk outside though. I need. I don't want to look like Stephen Wolfram though, with like my little front pack with my laptop on it, so I can work on the laptop while I walk. That's a little bit too much. Plus, in Eastern Europe, somebody probably just trip you just as a lesson for like, don't walk around with your laptop like that, you idiot.
Get a wearable on one of your kids, then you're gonna get like 50,000 steps.
Well, wait, I love this idea.
Yeah, you have kids.
Just attach it to a kid.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just as long as somebody walks.
Now we know how Tim is crushing it so much. He's pretending to have a walking desk and just giving it to his kids and being like, okay, kids, go run around.
Right. If you have a dog, put it on the dog's tail or something. His collar. Yeah, the tracker will be like, this person walks real funny. Anyway, guys, go join that and just go join the crew. Shout out to Sasha, Captain Pugwash, Klaus, Decentralized Rob. They're all there. They're in the chat too. I'm sorry if I missed some names here because the posse runs deep. And if you are not a holder of a Deep Pioneer Space Kitty, please head over to deeppioneers.com. And I put that in there and go get yourself a cat. Go join this amazing group.
Yep.
I like to highlight everything DPIN, particularly Solana, but wonderful DPIN projects, and they're doing really cool stuff like Moonwalk. Get yourself a Space Kitty, and go join the Discord.
Perfect.
And see everybody there. And speaking of Discord, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. UTC, they host a live chat on Discord, so you can purr with the cats, meow with the cats, just
nice.
Hang out with the cats. Who doesn't love to do that? And anything else? I don't know if I missed anything, Sasha or Rob, on Deep Pioneers update, but please go do that. If I have, we'll pick it up next week. Oh, I think that might be. Do we have any other questions before we go?
We have a couple of starred.
So these aren't questions. I started these for my own ego.
I think
I'd love to see this, Sasha. Sasha says, UpRock team, have I ever told you I love you? We love you too, Sasha. We love everybody here. You guys are amazing. Again, like this, everything that we've demoed, we've been building, like this wonderful inside stacks that we've been building and that Christopher demoed today through the terminal. None of this would be possible without our community.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that just to blow smoke up anyone's ass, like somebody like accepting a award. It could be possible. No, it literally couldn't. We absolutely, that's why this is what DPIN is. We couldn't do it without you guys. So very, very much love you all too. Kalyan says, I love that there's not so many questions today. It's more like compliments. I thrive on compliments. The amount of knowledge that one can gain through a community is much more valuable to me than focusing on withdrawals. Patience and never giving up is key. Yeah, exactly.
We never give up.
Exactly.
The reason why all our past artists were a success because we never ever give up.
We're like cockroaches.
Yeah, we're like
cockroach.
Yeah, we're pretty
radioactive. We don't know how to die.
We've been through a lot of crypto winters, and so we are radioactive at this point. Radioactive cockroaches. I like this question too. I always compare DPIN to like all DPIN projects are like Voltron. You're like building a giant robot with the community, but the robot, it's a bunch of small robots all combining forces. And then different DPIN projects, robots have different tasks. So I would say that to a 12-year-old is that we're building a giant robot together on the internet. And in our case, the robot is actually magic. So imagine like insight stacks are like a magic folder or a genie that says you have any question on anything, this giant robot will find the answers for you and then neatly put it in a magic folder on your computer. And that
insight stacks are like a 12-year-old thinks dad actually is. Knows the answer to everything.
Oh, can you imagine this in the hands of a know-it-all middle schooler that's giving
man.
to parents?
Oh, I would have been the worst with this as a junior teenager. Yeah, well, the internet says I was already a know-it-all. Boy, I would have been dangerous with this.
Good way. Kids already say stuff like, "Just Google it, Dad."
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of people who deserve a shout out, I don't think you guys know this, but to people not like a full-time member of the team, but we're working on a crawl deal, and we needed a little bit of paperwork from one of the lawyers for that, and we reached out to them on Friday and said, hey, we need this right away. He's like, oh, get back in a couple of days. I'm like, nope, Monday. And so he did get it back, and he's like, by the way, just so you guys know, I'm in Mexico, but I took an hour out to get this one done for you because I know how much you wanted it. So big shout out. Thank you for working on wherever the hell you are in Mexico for an hour to get that done, because we're still moving forward with that one. So you know who you are. You're almost certainly not watching this stream, but because you're in Mexico. But still, we hope you enjoy Mexico, and thanks for getting that done for us.
Winter is coming. So is Crawler, as Daniel says.
Yeah.
Crawler is coming. The North remembers.
But unlike Game of Thrones, Crawler is going to be awesome, not a massive disappointment.
Even that.
Right. And it will actually, yeah, it won't just get abandoned. And then, like, what the hell? Okay, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I just about to get like worked up thinking about George R.R. Martin and the Song of Fire and Ice series. The hell? I get so mad.
You need to go back. You need to go into Edna mode for this.
I need to go to Edmund mode. Yeah. No unfinished novels. No unfinished series. God, and why would they make that? I like the HBO series. It was fun. I liked it. But I got really sad. So I didn't read Wheel of Time, but I know a lot of people who have. I know some people who have. And they love Wheel of Time. And it's actually a finished series.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of died before the last.
Yeah, but his son finished it off. It got finished, right?
Well, I think Brandon Sanderson, whatever. But there were enough notes that somebody finished the book.
Yeah, finished. They finished the series. Yeah, the author died. He didn't just like take a hiatus because he's had a 2-decade-long writer's block. Whatever it happens. Martin wrote himself into a hole, obviously. Hang on. Martin wrote himself into a hole, obviously. But we have Wheel of Time. And I don't know why that didn't get made into a series on HBO, but Amazon did recently pick it up. And guys,
made it into a series of disappointment and sadness.
Recently,
just like the Game of Thrones series was disappointment and sadness. Unlike Game of Thrones, it didn't even start strong. It was just disappointment and sadness from the beginning.
I really like.
I saved you watching it on Amazon.
But they discontinued it, and it was like, oh my gosh, right when it was getting really good. It should have been on HBO because it's too like glossy and pretty on Prime. It's too much obviously on a set. HBO can make nice gritty stuff like visually, and it should have been on HBO. But anyway, I digress heavily. I'm sorry, guys. We're talking about UpRock. Anyway, we're trying to get out of here. Here's how you can get me to keep rambling. There's certain topics you just like mention, and I'll just keep going. Sorry. It's on you. It's your guys' fault, not mine. What am I apologizing for? Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop myself now because I don't see either of you pumping the brakes on me. So
we do have a.
Well, you know how it's just as long as we're talking about moonwalk, you know how you can get some steps in. Just put on your good Edna accent, get a bucket, and go take free candy from people tomorrow.
I should totally do that. And then like how you've seen videos of people like on their they're like kind of on their knees or Oh man, I would like to go trick or treating. Last time I only went trick or treating a couple times because I wasn't allowed to as a kid. And one time I went as a 13-year-old. I snuck out and I had the courage to go to one house, but I didn't even have an outfit because we weren't allowed to celebrate Halloween. So I had no outfit. I was just wearing my neon colored fleece. And the lady opens the door and she's like, "What are you? Aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating? What are you?" And I just said, I'm Hanson, the Mbop group that was popular at that time, with black hair and brown skin. I'm Hanson. It got me thinking, if a teenager comes to your house, anyone here who celebrates Halloween, if you have any trick-or-treaters come to your house and a teenager comes, don't give them a hard time. There's other things that they could be doing. There's very destructive things that they can be doing. If they're going out asking for candy, give those kids that. Give the kids their drugs. Give them their candy.
They could be writing AI instead. You don't want kids doing that.
Yeah.
They're going to take the AI faster than you know how to do with it. Hey, well, you know what my original plan was for this week was to carve a pumpkin on the live stream, but I ended up carving an insight stack instead. So that's where we're at.
That's a cooler pumpkin.
Yeah, that's pretty. Cool.
That's a much better pumpkin.
It was orange like a pumpkin. Oh right, shit! I forgot that whole joke. I prepped for that. I made the colors just for that. God damn it! Can we rewind an hour and I make that joke?
Yeah, let's go right back.
So, haha! Look, UpRock Insight Stacks. It's Comic Sans and Papyrus, and it's orange because it's Halloween. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Wow.
Jesse, you must have a track, a laugh track.
Oh, I do actually.
Jesse has the laugh track. Hold on. When it's this much later, it's extra. There we go. Ta-da!
Okay, we are losing everybody. We're losing our viewers starting to
comment. We do have a I haven't played I haven't quality controlled this. While we're on the stream, I made a AI song about UpRock and Halloween. So let's outro with that.
Okay.
I haven't even listened to it. So it's probably gonna be pretty good because this tool's pretty good, but let's see.
Okay, so stay tuned. Listen to the end. We're gonna say our goodbyes now. And stay tuned to the end to hear this untested AI Insight
Outro song?
Insight Stack Halloween special song.
Yes.
All right, playing of it.
Yes. Okay, let's go. Well,
Yeah,
thanks everybody.
I want to say
As always, thanks for spending your Thursday with us. We
Yep.
appreciate it.
Appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
Love you
Halloween.
all.
Let's hear this.
Meow.
Let's do a couple minutes. Oh yeah. All right, here you go.
Ayo, it's rocket on the block. Full moon out, systems locked. Ghosts in the servers, nose go pop. Welcome to the Halloween drop. UpRock! Midnight grind, got the depth and flow. UpRock stack glowing like a haunted note. Agents crawling through the shadow code. Turning web dust into inside gold. Mask on, but the data's clean. Crypto candy bags full of green. Phantom pages, AI beams, we the monster behind the machine. LA UpRock, turn the lights off quick. Ghost mode crawl with a data trick. Agents lurk where the network stick. Happy Halloween, now watch it click. LA UpRock, stack that loot. Insight stacks in the pumpkin suit. Everybody counts when the truth recruits. This that spooky decentralized route. Step into the crawl zone, wires hum low. Every URL feels like a haunted show. From TikTok ghosts to the deep web blow. Rocket fetch facts that the fakes don't know. Bandwidth creeping, wireless beeping. ET coins where the spirit's sleeping. Trick or treat with machine precision. Every insight stack is a ghostly vision. Crawl job brewing in the witch's pot. AI spells in the J spot. Nodes awaken when the clock hits 2. Insight complete and the data. Lay UpRock, turn the lights off quick. Ghost mode crawl with the data trick. Agents lurk where the network stick. Happy Halloween, now watch it click. Lay UpRock, stack that loot. Insight stacks in the pumpkin suit. Everybody counts when the truth recruits. This that spooky decentralized route. No tricks, just stacks. UpRock forever, where ghosts meet facts.